What's good, folks, family, friends, loved ones, enemies, frenemies, wizards, witches, muggles, mudbloods, people of Middle Earth to another episode of Disguise Coverage, the only podcast that gives you an equal amount of blueberries in each muffin and is presented by the best pizza in Buffalo, New York. That is One Pie Pizza. Find the online menu in the episode show notes, whether here on YouTube or whichever podcasting app or platform you're listening to this show on. I'm your host, Anthony. Find me on Twitter at pro__ant. In this episode of Disguise Coverage, a bit of a wonky schedule for me this week. So no traditional, regularly scheduled Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern live episode of the show. So doing this offline film breakdown episode in its place in order to accommodate what I got going on this week. And I also thought this would be a nice thing to dive into, given how the game played out between the Bills and the Dolphins this past weekend. Really nice performance for the Bills coming out against a team that really had to give it their all based on where Miami was. It was close and down to the end, but the Bills were able to get another win against the Miami Dolphins, continuing this nice stretch against them these past several years. And we're going to dive into the offensive side of the ball in this one, in particular, looking at Josh Allen and tying in some Joe Brady pieces as well, but looking at how Josh Allen was able to move the ball consistently against the Dolphins defense, taking what was given to him, how he was able to do it, why he was able to do it. And for me, it really started with looking at the next-gen passing chart from this game. And if you look at it, and I've got some numbers to kind of put things into perspective as well, but if you look at the chart initially, you can just see how much of his day was at or around 10 yards and below. The majority of his day was kind of up to 9 yards and below. Passes behind the line of scrimmage, around 5 yards, under it, between 5 to 9. He lived in this area. He consistently took what the Dolphins defense gave him. Joe Brady dialed some things up to work into those areas of the field. And it really was an offensive performance that didn't feel like there was a lot of heavy lifting for Josh Allen. There were some easy buttons baked in, but a lot of it too was Allen playing on time, in rhythm, making good decisions, putting some of these numbers, or I should say this chart, into perspective with some numbers as well. 71.8% of Josh Allen's passes versus the Dolphins came at 9 yards or less, with 18 of them coming between 0 to 9 yards and 10 coming behind the line of scrimmage. Allen was 10 of 10 behind the line of scrimmage for 121 of his 235 passing yards. He was 12 of 18 on passes from 0 to 9 yards for 77 yards. The Bills also had 192 yards after catch, which was the most in week 9, with the Dolphins coming in at second at 161, ironically, or maybe not. So that's really where my head was at for this game coming out of it once it ended. You could tell on broadcast where Allen was operating, how he was operating, but then looking at that chart and diving into some of the numbers Sunday night and early Monday morning, kind of put that into perspective even further. And then you watch the tape, you see that put into perspective even further from there. So I thought it would be fun to dive into that, dissect several of the plays in order to put this holistic game plan and area and mode of attack into perspective for you folks. So without further ado, let's dive into the tape. This first play we're going to look at is a completion from Josh Allen to Khalil Shakir on a 3rd and 5 in the first quarter. You see Shakir highlighted as the number 3 to the top of your screen right here. You're going to see Dalton Kincaid pull Jalen Ramsey in coverage. Here is Kincaid and Ramsey. You're going to see Kincaid pull Ramsey. You're going to see Shakir settle into the void created, and Josh Allen is going to hit him. As soon as Allen sees him, he puts the ball right on him. You're going to see a quick trigger, good decision-making from Josh Allen, and also maybe some wide receiver-friendly play from Josh Allen as well in throwing Shakir away from a potential impact with the outside corner and also allowing Shakir to turn and get upfield. So this is a concept the Bills have been working a little bit the past couple of weeks, some kind of seam or vertical route from the number 2 receiver, a hitch from the number 1 up top, and then a stick or a little out with a hitch from the number 3 receiver. Here we're going to get this little route from Shakir, little out here. Allen hits him, puts it right on him. And this is what I talked about a little bit as we rewind here. Watch Kincaid as the number 2 in the slot, him attack. Ramsey goes with him. So all of a sudden, this space becomes available. Get a little voided area there for Shakir to work into. He sees it. As soon as he breaks, he snaps, gets his head around to Josh Allen. And watch Allen. He's at the top of his drop. Ball's coming out. Allen is already pulling that trigger. Shakir's eyes are on him. His eyes are on Shakir. And then watch the throw. Puts it onto the back shoulder. allow Shakir to get upfield a little bit after the catch, but also potentially if he puts it out here a little bit more, might lead him into this outside corner, creates a collision point, maybe ends up pulling Shakir down short of the first down, or causes an incompletion or a fumble, who knows, but you throw your guy away from that potential contact, also allow him to get upfield, just taking advantage of what is here, right? You see the void in the defense, you see the space that's created, and you see Allen throwing on time, throwing in rhythm, getting the ball out, making good decision. That is going to be the theme in this episode. Allen throwing on time, in rhythm, good decision, good eyes, all of these pieces. This next play we're going to look at is a 2nd and 2 check down completion to Ray Davis, also in the first quarter. You're going to get a 3-by-1 formation with the jet motion. We talked about it in last week's episode. This one, there's a little bit of a different presentation and personnel. You've got 2 tight ends on the field. Here's Kincaid, here's Knox. And then you also have the 6th offensive lineman in Mr. Alec Anderson, who we have grown accustomed to seeing this year for the Buffalo Bills. You're going to get Kincaid on the jet motion. It's usually Mack Hollins. Last week it was Jalen Virgil. It's been Curtis Samuel at a multitude of times. Sometimes you're seeing it from more of a trips bunch with the wide receivers there close to the formation. Here you have a heavy personnel look. You've got everybody attached to the line of scrimmage, but at the end of the day, it's still 1, 2, 3-by-1. So you get that 3-by-1 look. Granted, a different presentation than how they are accustomed to working that in. You're going to get Dalton Kincaid coming in jet motion. Like we talked about, this is usually a run indicator for the Bills. They'll go that 3-by-1. They'll work that jet motion. And then usually you will get a run to this weak side here. Usually it's going to be a mid-zone run to that weak side, but that's not what we get. This time we get some play action on this play like we saw against the Seattle Seahawks. So it's nice that Joe Brady is continuing that trend of breaking some tendency and leaning into what works for them, but adding some tweaks and layering and variations to keep the defense guessing and on their toes. Single high pre-snap look from the Miami Dolphins. And this play is going to end up being a check down to Ray Davis, but you're going to see here Mr. Keon Coleman in the slot. Keep an eye on him. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the play. So you're going to get Ray Davis play action. Just kind of release out here into the flat. You're going to get Keon Coleman up the seam, and then you're going to get Kincaid coming in motion. Horrible drawing by me. Coming in motion, and then kind of sitting on the curl there. Let's watch this play progress. Keep an eye on Coleman, who is right now the number 1 receiver to the bottom of the screen. But as we get the motion, Coleman will become the number 2. Kincaid will be the number 1. Watch Keon hit this seam, and right here at about the 46, throws that hand up, because if you're even, you're leaving. He sees that it is still a single high look. He sees that he's got space over the top, and he is taken off, gets his head around, and he's looking for this football. Josh Allen has a chance to hit Keon on this play. He could take it. He ends up checking it down to Ray Davis for an easy conversion and a new set of downs. This seam route from Keon could just be a clear out route like the seam on Dagger, but based on the route distribution and concept and Keon's body language with him throwing the hand up plus looking back for the ball, even the sideline reaction, which I'm going to show in a minute, I don't think his seam route is just a clear out route, but it could be just that based on something specific here that I am not aware of. But regardless, we let the play out. Allen just checks it down to Ray Davis. We get a nice, easy completion. Here's where I'm going to pause to show some of the sideline reaction. You see down here, you see Rasul Douglas here, you see here, and you see here. Everybody kind of pointing to Keon Coleman for that shot play there, which again would have been fine if Allen took it. It's 2nd and 2. There's a ton of space here. And based on what you see pre and post snap, single high pre-snap plus single high post-snap, that seam is viable. And then even more so because it looks like the Dolphins have a coverage bust here where they just let Keon loose, and that post safety is shaded towards the other side of the field. So there is good space for Keon. I don't know if Allen didn't see it, or again, if it is just a clear out route, or if he predetermined his read. Either way, shot was potentially there, or maybe not potentially there. But Allen, again, staying on schedule, allowing this team to continue to work. This is easy pitch and catch again. He checks it down to Ray Davis. There's Ray Davis. Easy first down. I wanted to call out the seam because I know some people are going to see it and think, is this part of the read? Why didn't he throw it? So I wanted to address that, but this play still goes within the concept of, again, easy pitch and catch. Stay on schedule. Look at all the space. Look where all these defenders are in relation to Kincaid, in relation to Coleman. Ray Davis is all here, all by his lonesome. This is nice. And again, it's 2nd and 2. So you're going to get this first down, and then you get a little bit of yards after the catch from Ray Davis. He gets north and south. Easy first down, right? Stay on schedule, continue to operate, take what the defense gives you. That's what Allen did on this play. This next play we're going to look at is a 2nd and 8 chip release completion to Khalil Shakir in the first quarter. You see some reduced formational width from the Bills on this play. Allen is going to call Shakir in. Shakir is going to shift, and now we get even more reduced formational width, and now we're in a true condensed look, or a more true condensed look, I should say. We're going to get play action from the Bills on this play, which is nice, and you're going to get chips from Mr. Dawson Knox and Mr. Khalil Shakir. I like these plays. I like the idea of the chip help and then those guys releasing out into the flats or into the hook curls, however you want to use them. I like that kind of delayed release, or that leak out a little bit. I think it's a good way to take advantage of defenses that are really concerned in getting into the depth of their drops and hitting their landmarks. Also, their eyes might not be in the right spot, or if they look away for a minute, it's a good opportunity to kind of take advantage of their pacing and where they are based on alignment and depth. And that's what we get here on this play. So on the snap, going in slow-mo, here's Mr. Khalil Shakir. He's going to give some chip help to Mr. Spencer Brown. You see him engage. Let's watch the Dolphins defense here. Everybody's reacting to the 2-man route combination we have between Mack, Hollins, and Curtis Samuel. Guys are hitting their depth. And here Shakir gives a little bit of the chip help. And now he's going to turn and release. And this is where I want to draw the focus again on Josh Allen for how he operates in this way. And again, kudos to Joe Brady for the design and the play call and the timing of it. It's 2nd and 8, calling that chip help, that chip release, messing with the defense a little bit. But watch as the defenders drop, which they are now. Allen gets it to Shakir early while the defenders are still dropping. And when he gets it to Shakir that early, it maximizes the space that Shakir has to operate. So here's Shakir. He's starting to release into the flat. Here we go. Allen's already pulling the trigger. He's patted the ball. He is throwing it to Khalil Shakir. Ball's coming out. Boom. Ball is out. Also notice the ball location. It gets put on that upfield shoulder so Shakir can turn and go and get upfield. I'm going to wait. Boom. There's the catch. And look how much space we have here for Khalil Shakir to operate. Again, it's 2nd and 8. Even if this ball comes out a little late and not as early into Shakir's release, you still have an opportunity to eat up a chunk of yards, put yourself into a 3rd and manageable. But because Allen gets this ball out on time and early to Khalil Shakir in his release, and gets that ball on him in a good position, it's a wide receiver friendly throw. It allows Shakir to maximize the space and the room that he has and the time that he has to make a play. Shakir turns, gets upfield immediately, little shimmy, falls forward. We get a first down. Again, we'll watch it in real time. There's the chip, hits his drop, bang, ball's out. On time, in rhythm, gives his guy an opportunity for some yards after catch. That's nice. And again, you're taking what the Dolphins are giving to you. They are trying to put a cap on everything. They're keeping everything in front of them. So if they want to do that, that's fine. Take 5 yards a pop. Take 8 yards a pop. 10 yards a pop. And if you get a guy who can operate in space and who's good with the ball in his hands after the catch like you are here, you get a first down on 2nd and 8, which is nice. Kudos to Allen there. Again, on time, in rhythm. Nice. This next one, I just wanted to include it because it falls into this theme of taking what the Dolphins are giving you. This is the incompletion to Keon Coleman that results in an interception by Jalen Ramsey. Falls in line with what we've talked about the past couple of weeks in the Keon Coleman breakdowns actually on this show. We have a run with a pass tag. Last couple of weeks, it's been duo. This time, it is a zone weak run. It looks like inside zone based off of Cook's track towards the inside leg of the guard, but it could be mid zone, and he just broke off his track once he saw the pass from Allen. As we've talked about on the show, this is purely Allen making this decision. The call is baked in. This is an actual run call. You have the pass tag option to Keon Coleman. And then Allen's looking at it, seeing the numbers, and trying to decide what is the most advantageous way to attack the defense post-snap. He decides that based on the numbers, based on the box count and what he's seeing, the best way to go here is the pass to Keon Coleman, and he's right. And Coleman does a good job here against Jalen Ramsey. He separates, quick 1-foot stab and inside. That is plenty of separation, really good on Keon Coleman. And again, this falls in line with Allen taking what's given to him. This is just a pure numbers game. we have a run called, and we have a pass tag attached to it. There's all these bodies and all these numbers in the box. Meanwhile, I've got one-on-one out here and all this space to attack. So I'm going to throw the ball outside and try and take advantage of those numbers and that space. And Allen puts it right on Keon. Keon, unfortunately, doesn't come down with it. Ball pops into the air. Ramsey makes a good play, and we get that interception. Again, Allen making decisions off of the numbers, off of what he's seeing. It's an unfortunate result, but the process is sound. Allen sees what he has. Again, he's been doing it the past several weeks. We got a touchdown to Keon last week against the Seahawks out of it. We got that huge play against Tennessee the week before. So sound process, just an unfortunate result. This next play for the Buffalo Bills, this is a 2nd and 10 completion to Dalton Kincaid for 7 yards. We're going to get a non-traditional Tampa 2 look from the Miami Dolphins post-snap. Allen knows what he has. He's keying the hook to curl backer. He's waiting for Kincaid to clear. But again, let's just watch Allen in rhythm, quick and good decision-making. Get yourself into third and manageable. Hit your receiver. Just operating in structure and taking what the defense is giving you. So we have Kincaid highlighted there because that's who the ball is going to. Dawson Knox goes across the formation. This one I'm talking about, the non-traditional Tampa 2 look. So you got a safety here, Mr. Jordan Poyer. He's going to drop down. This is going to be a Tampa 2 hole, Tampa 2 robber type look. So he's going to drop as the Tampa player or the high hole player. Ramsey's going to drop as a split field guy. Fuller is going to drop as a split field guy. So you have your 2 corners as your split field players or your split field quote unquote safeties. And then as we let the play go here, you can watch how the coverage shakes out. So there we go. We've got your high hole player, split field. And then you've got a edge player out here or an outside linebacker out here as a cloud player. You got a safety as a cloud player. So I like these kind of looks and how they can present some problems for offenses, but Allen's ready for it. He's prepared. You're going to get Knox going again across that formation. You're going to get a corner route from Mr. Quentin Morris, who's going to come over here. And then you're going to get Kincaid on a little simple 5-yard in. Nothing crazy to it. Nothing sexy. Nothing flashy. But watch Allen's eyes. He's just keying on this backer right here. Just waiting. Just watching. Sees Morris go. Kincaid puts his foot in the ground. Allen hits the top of his drop. And again, waits for Kincaid to clear to get into that window. Ball is on him. And then Kincaid does a really good job, gets the ball, protects himself, splits the vice tackle a little bit there, gets forward. Again, 7 yards. This is 2nd and 10. The Bills get 7 yards. You get yourself into third and manageable. It's a quick decision. It's a good decision. It's Allen executing in rhythm, but it's also a sound decision. Take what the defense is giving you. Even if Kincaid gets tackled right away, it's 3rd and 5. You've set yourself up in a better position to get a new set of downs on the next 3rd down. But Kincaid gets forward a little bit. It ends up becoming 3rd and 3, so it's 3rd and short. The playbook opens up a little bit more. The possibilities open a little bit more. It's nice. Allen taking what's available there, taking what's given to him. Also, if he wanted to, just in case someone wants to play devil's advocate, you can watch James Cook coming out of the backfield here, have that little option to him there in all this space. Maybe Knox picks up a block here and Cook takes advantage of the space down there. Either way, there's options. Miami's giving that space up underneath. Allen's taking it 7 yards on a 2nd and 10 for the Buffalo Bills, which is nice. The very next play here. So again, we got those 7 yards from Kincaid on the previous play. Now we're looking at a 3rd and 3 for the Buffalo Bills. This one, again, Joe Brady ties into all of this along with Josh Allen, but this is Brady setting Allen up for success here, which I think is nice. You get the running back shift back here. Let's watch Ty Johnson. You get the running back shift helping indicate man coverage. Allen's going to call for him there. See the linebacker going with him. Allen says, psych, go back to where you came from. You see the linebacker still go with him. So that little motion there helps indicate man coverage, as does the alignment here from the Dolphins defense. Again, this guy came with Ty Johnson. This man, Cam Smith here, is aligned on Hollins. You can see Hollins is already going in motion. Allen calls him over. What happens? The defender travels with Mack Hollins, so we get another man indicator. Nice from Brady. And then watch the easy button that results post snap. So again, we have these man coverage indicators. The Dolphins are going to run cover one robber post snap, which is man coverage. And then you're going to get Jordan Poyer here dropping as the robber. But watch the timing of the snap with the motion from Mack Hollins and how it creates leverage and space for him and an easy decision for Josh Allen. So here comes Mack Hollins in motion. Again, his man is trailing him. Little speed out from Mack Hollins. Again, this is 3rd and 3. So all you need is 3 yards or 3.2, whatever you want to verbalize it as or quantify it as to get that first down. Look at all that. Look at all the space. Let's watch it in real time here. Have it set up. Call for Hollins in motion. I'm going to pause it before we go in real time again. Watch Knox go up, run a little bit of interference here. He's just trying to occupy this guy and run some interference and obstruction for this guy, which is exactly what happens. He comes in motion with Hollins, can't undercut it. He has to go here and go over the top, which creates even more space, and it's just 3rd and 3. So all you need is 3 yards and a couple millimeters past that to get the first down, and there's just so much space. Good timing of the motion, good timing of the snap, leverage, space created. Again, easy pitch and catch. This is Allen not having to do anything crazy. He gets the ball and spits it out. That's it. That's a nice easy button for your quarterback. And again, we have another first down conversion for the Buffalo Bills. Next play. This one's also going to Mack Hollins. It's on a 1st and 10 with 1 minute, 18 seconds left in the second quarter. The Bills have 2 timeouts. They are driving. They're trying to put some points on the board at the end of the first half. You want to keep the ball moving here. You want to gain yards. You have limited time left in the quarter, left in the half. What we're going to get is just a curl flat concept. Allen reading the curl flat player, that apex defender to that side. And it's just, again, a nice, easy, simple read for Josh Allen. Here comes Curtis Samuel in motion across the formation. And what you're going to get here goes the snap. So you're going to get Knox on a little flat route, and then you're going to get Hollins here on a little curl. Allen is reading this apex defender right here, this curl flat player. If he goes with Knox to the flat, he's going to hit Hollins right here. If the defender decides to stay in the curl, he's going to hit Knox on the flat. That's more of an out route, but you get my drift here. So nice curl flat concept. Watch Allen gets this snap. He's keying that defender. Where's he going? Here he goes. He's going to go with the flat on Dawson Knox. And look at this freeze frame right here. So this defender's going there. Hollins is breaking down and clearing that flat defender. Allen is already pulling the trigger. He is set. He's ready to throw this ball. Another example of his eyes being in the right place, him being in rhythm, making the decision, taking what's there, operating in structure, operating on time. Fires it, puts it right on Hollins. And this is 1st and 10. And because Allen hits this pass with good timing and good pace and good ball placement, Hollins is able to catch it, gets upfield right away, and we get a first down. The next play we're going to look at here is a 1st and 10. It's the first play of the third quarter for the Bills offense with them being down 10-6. This is just after the Taron Johnson peanut punch on Raheem Mostert that the Bills recovered. This one's going to Dalton Kincaid, who I have circled there towards the bottom of the screen. It's Kincaid just on another quick in. You're going to see Dawson Knox, who is in the slot right here. You're going to see his vertical stem influencing the backer. Allen reads it, puts it on Kincaid. A good drive starter. You get 6 yards. Again, it's 1st and 10. You've got 2 field goals up to this point. You want to get a touchdown on the board. You're down. You want to capitalize on the momentum that Taron Johnson just gave you. This is a nice, good drive starter that puts you in to a 2nd and 4 after this completion. So let's watch. Here comes Mack Hollins across the formation. You get the blitz from former Bill Saron Neal. This is the backer that I'm talking about. Just influenced a little bit by Dawson Knox. He's running a corner route, but that vertical stem just influences him a little bit. Kind of almost like a smash concept here, like a whip smash, but more of a jerk route from Hollins, who breaks outside and then plants his foot like he's going to come back in. You got the corner route here from Kincaid. This backer's influenced just enough. And again, what do we got? Space. Take what the defense is giving you. Take advantage of what they present to you. Take advantage of what they show. Let's watch Dalton Kincaid. And in relation to Allen, so here goes Kincaid. Okay, Kincaid is already pacing this route. He's letting it develop, letting it breathe. Look at Allen's eyes. He's focused right into this area. He is watching to see what happens as he goes through his progressions. Kincaid is coming across. Kincaid isn't even fully out of his break. And what do we have again? Josh Allen is loaded up. He's ready to pull the trigger. So again, I'm going to keep saying these words: in rhythm, on time, good decision making, sound process. Kincaid puts his shoulder down a little bit, almost breaks in, gets upfield, but the momentum kind of throws him back a little bit. So again, what do we get? 6 yards on a 1st and 10. Good drive starter for the Buffalo Bills. Now, we have the very next play after that. So we just saw a completion to Dalton Kincaid on 1st and 10, gets 6 yards. Now we have a 2nd and 4, and we're going to go to the other Buffalo Bills tight end, Mr. Dawson Knox. We're going to get a chip release from Dawson Knox, similar to what we saw earlier from him and Shakir on the completion to Shakir. But I want you to watch the timing of this one. It's still a good decision by Allen, but he doesn't get this one out as early to Knox as he did to Shakir. This gives Knox less room to operate. It allows Miami to trigger and close on Dawson Knox a bit, but it's still a 1st down game because Allen is, again, taking what's being given to him. He takes the free profit. He hits his man in space on 2nd and short and gets an easy 1st down. So let's watch the play develop. Okay, we get some play action. Knox is going to help a little bit. Just quick little punch there to Calais Campbell. He's going to release. Now, remember when we talked about what Allen did with Shakir? If this was Shakir on that play we showed earlier, right as Shakir was releasing and coming out, Allen's eyes were already on him, and the ball was about to be on him. But Allen's letting this one play out a bit more. He's reading it. Also, again, different concept in terms of end down and distance and situation and what's going on. So he's reading the concept a little bit, seeing what's going on with Hollins and Kincaid here. His eyes bring him to this side. He looks, it's not there. The defenders are starting to trigger now based off of what Allen is doing. So the ball just comes out a little later to Knox versus when Allen spit it out to Shakir earlier in this episode. So now, not as much room to operate for Knox as there was for Shakir earlier, but because it's only 2nd and 4, again, a sound process. Take what the defense is giving you. Allen drops back. He reads it out. He sees what's happening. His eyes take him through his reads and his progressions. Is like, you know what? I don't need to push that there. I don't need to try and fire this to this hole here and try and hit it to Kincaid on this sail route. I don't need to do that. It's 2nd and 4. Let me check this thing down. And again, Knox gets the 1st down, but worst case scenario, if he doesn't, it's still what? 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. It's 2nd and 4 right now. So if he gets tackled right away, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, even if he drops it, it's 3rd and 4. Okay, but it's still less risk than trying to throw that ball to a spot with Kincaid. But your odds of success, the probability of it being a completion are higher with the check down here. So again, another example of sound process for Josh Allen. Knox puts his head down. We get a 1st down. I play it in real time one more time, just so you can get a sense of the timing of all of it. Top of your drop. Get through, check it down. Take the profit. Take what the defense is giving you. This next one is a 2nd and 4 tunnel screen to Khalil Shakir. This one, again, Joe Brady dialing up some easy buttons for Allen. Hey, just catch it, spit it out. Let your playmakers do some of the work. Get the ball into Shakir's hands. Let him create after the catch and chew some yards up. Allen doesn't have to think too much. It's nothing too tremendously physically or mentally taxing on Josh Allen. He gets the ball. He spits it out to Shakir. What's funny is you'll notice Poyer kind of calls this out a little bit. Maybe Jordan Brooks does as well as we get closer to the snap. Watch as we go here. See Poyer communicating a little bit. You see that arm out there. Now watch Brooks. Maybe Poyer saying something there, and Brooks is also calling it out. So the Dolphins have a decent beat on it. See the trigger. Poyer's going to go. Brooks is going to go. But again, it's just your playmakers making some plays. Starting with Dion Dawkins. Good left tackle. Athletic. Good in space. Watch him get out here and just erase Jordan Poyer. Also not a bad job from Kincaid as well. Kincaid getting the block on the corner. He does his job. Here goes Dion Dawkins, 73. He's lining up Poyer. Boom. Full body envelops Poyer, takes him out, and now you've got a block here, which is nice. You've got a block here that was nice. You've got that seal. You've got this alley here for Shakir to operate. Here comes Jordan Brooks, untouched. And this is Shakir just making a play. We talk about it on the show. Once he gets the ball in his hands, he's like a running back. He runs through the arm tackle of an actual linebacker, continues forward, gets through another arm tackle, carries a corner on his back for a little bit, and gets down into the low red zone. It's the call from Brady on this one. This is Brady also taking what's being given, right? Let's call this play based on the look we're anticipating that we're going to get from the Dolphins, but also knowing the playmakers that we have. Let's get the ball into Khalil Shakir's hands. Let's let him do the work for Allen and generate some yards after catch. Khalil Shakir continues to find success on these. Again, he's like a running back once the ball is in his hands. The vision, the footwork, the contact balance, the physicality, the athleticism, the drive. It's nice to see. Gets upfield. Again, major shout out to Deion Dawkins and Kincaid for setting the table with their good blocks. Even David Edwards, you see him 76, getting out there in front of hand. Number 90, doing what he can. Shakir makes a guy miss. Executes on that easy button, right? Easy button. Taking what the defense is giving you. This next one, 2nd and 3 for the Buffalo Bills. This is the mesh rail Ray Davis touchdown. The Dolphins are going to have a cover 1 blitz, and they're going to blow coverage. We're going to show it here as we go forward, but at the end of the day, this play still falls into the theme of Allen taking what's there. It happens to be his primary read in his progression, so his eyes are already going to take him to that spot as we go through this, but another example of just taking what you are being given. So let's watch the play. First, let's talk about what Miami's doing. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you've got man coverage on the back end, single high safety, cover 1 blitz that we talked about. As soon as Ray Davis releases here, you've got to have some sort of adjustment if you are the Dolphins. So based off of what we have here, actually, I'll go to the initial pre-snap. So you've got man coverage, man coverage, man coverage, man coverage. This safety is the one who's going to drop as the cover 1 player. And then you've got this linebacker as the low hole type of player, the lurker underneath there. As soon as you see Ray Davis release here, there has to be some sort of adjustment. Instead, Allen's going to snap the ball. And again, on these mesh rail concepts, these looks, and this look in particular as well, the primary read is the rail. So Allen gets this ball and his eyes immediately go to what's happening from a coverage perspective. He knows he's going to Davis. That's the first read. And it's wide open. There is nobody here. See, everybody is in man coverage with their guys. Well, who really cares what's going on up here because we're going to Davis down here. But Ramsey is going with Hollins. You've got Walker going with Knox. And then you've got Brooks, who's in no man's land here. But even with the way the route distribution develops, he's still kind of, you can see he's hesitating. His eyes are kind of caught with the candy up here. He's not even fully, I went back too far. Watch Brooks here. He's not even fully triggering on the throw once he sees it. He still hesitates a little bit. And then you get bad tackling, bad angle from the safety, and Davis houses it. From a Bills perspective, again, you are taking what the Dolphins are giving you. This is your primary read in this concept. So Davis is the first read in the progression. Allen's already going to look there first. It's open immediately. He hits it immediately. There's no wasted time. There's no inefficiency. He gets this ball, sets, and puts it right on Davis. And also look at the ball placement too. Allows him to just not really have to break his gait too much. Davis is able to catch it and go. And it's 2nd and 3. So you're not throwing this thinking, man, this is going to be a huge explosive play, 63-yard house call. You're just thinking, okay, I'll complete this. First down. At worst, you're thinking it's a first down and a good gain. But Miami blows coverage. Davis makes a play. And we get a nice touchdown for Ray Davis. I like how he continues through. Goes right to the crowd. Get a little Buffalo bounce. It still falls into the theme of this episode of taking what the defense is giving you. Now, granted, the defense screwed up here, but what they gave you was this free opportunity to get a first down, and it happened on your first read. The primary guy in the progression, Allen sees it immediately, hits it immediately. On time, quickly, good decision-making, in rhythm, continuing that theme that we have seen in this episode. We'll let Davis house this one, and then we'll go on to the next play for the Bills. Woo! Next play. 1st and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. This is with 12 minutes, 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's tied 20-20. Again, nothing crazy. This is just a quick hitter to James Cook out in the flat. Again, as I continue to say, Allen sees it quick. He hits it quick. This ball is going to get on James Cook as soon as he turns and clears the line. This allows him to get the ball with time and space. You also get the added benefit here of the Dolphins running a cover 3 creeper. So this edge defender here, he is going to make it seem like he's rushing. He's going to step up, but then he's going to drop back and be responsible for the flat. That helps him to be out leveraged by James Cook, which creates even more space. So let's watch as the play develops here. We're going to see a little shift, some motion here from Shakir. Here comes the 4th rusher. He's going to rush along with these 3. He's going to drop. I guess it's technically a simulated because he starts to show it, but they're trying to hide it, so I'm calling it a creeper. Boom. Let's hold it right there. So this ball is going to James Cook out here in the flat. This defender, rookie Muhammad Kamara, has stepped into Dawkins to occupy him a little bit. He stepped in, and then he's going to drop out. Because he stepped in, he's already out leveraged. Even if he didn't, if on the snap he immediately booked it to the flat, right? You still have a one-on-one situation with James Cook versus an edge player out in space. So worst case scenario, Allen's process here and the timing and the rhythm of it gives you a high probability of success and a high likelihood of 2nd and short being your worst case scenario. But we get the added benefit of trying to occupy Dawkins before we get out into coverage. Allen sees it immediately. We're already loading up. We're already pulling the trigger. Ball is out right as Cook turns his head. Cook turns. The ball is already out of Josh Allen's hand, I should say, and puts it onto James Cook's head / face mask. And look at the space. The space again. This ball is into the hands of James Cook. This corner is seeing it and just putting his feet into the ground and coming forward. This guy is trying to recover again as he gets to the flat. There is lots of space here for James Cook to operate. Worst case scenario is you're getting into a 2nd and short. Cook makes a nice catch, an athletic play, turns upfield, and then he has the juice to get the 1st down. Let's watch it in real time. Again, immediately, on time, in rhythm. Good eyes, good decision-making, taking what the defense is giving you. Football, I've said it on Twitter, I've said it on the show. Football, at the end of the day, is about numbers and angles and space. You're winning the angle here. You're winning the space here. You got the numbers too. It's basically one-on-one underneath there. There's not a lot of bodies to this side once the defense gets into their coverage and gets into their rotations. Numbers, angles, and space. Take what the defense is giving you. This is free profit. This is why Allen had all those throws on that passing chart between 0 to 9 yards and at the line of scrimmage or below the line of scrimmage. This last one they're going to look at is a 1st and 10 tunnel screen to Khalil Shakir. Another example of just being easy on Josh Allen by Joe Brady. I like that this play gets run to the wide side of the field so you have the added space element for Shakir to work with. Another example of just putting the ball into your playmaker's hands. And then once you get it into Shakir's hands, Khalil Shakir does Khalil Shakir things. Allen calls him across. Again, we're just going to get the tunnel screen. Dolphins drop to that side, which in theory should help them a little bit. Again, nice and easy on Allen. All he has to worry about on this play is catching the ball and spitting it out to Shakir. You want to put it into a good spot for Shakir to catch and run, but the heavy lifting on this play is going to be done by the offensive line and Khalil Shakir. So this is a nice, easy button for Josh Allen. Let's throw it to Shakir. The blocking works out decently from an angles and leverage perspective, but Shakir does more work on this one. So he has to, first of all, kind of reach back a little more and catch the ball. I'm going slow-mo here. He has to reach back a little off frame, brings it in, then gets forward, and watch him just leave a trail of bodies in his wake. There's 2 bodies that go down, puts his foot in the ground, gets north and south. There goes another couple bodies that hit the ground. Making something out of nothing. Again, an easy button. Take what they're giving you. Complete it underneath. You think you have the advantage out there in space with your guys versus their guys. You have athletic linemen. You've got willing blockers out there. You've got Mack Hollins. You've got Dawson Knox, guys who are able to block guys out in space. Offensive line is moving decent and getting downfield. And then Shakir continues to show, again, when he gets the ball in his hands, he's like a running back, the ability to get upfield, make a play. I forgot the initial tackle, too, that he breaks from Ramsey. So we're just kind of doing, the body count on this one of guys going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then takes 2 guys to kind of bring him down there. But easy on Josh Allen, just taking what the defense is giving you. Not from a decision standpoint from Allen, because this is the play, but Brady just dialing up an easy button, taking advantage of the space. So again, that's the theme of this episode, just taking what the defense is giving you, taking what the Dolphins are giving you, whether it's by design in terms of play call or play layering or sequencing with Joe Brady, or whether it's explicitly being done by Josh Allen with his decision making. You noticed a lot in this one, just on time, in rhythm, making throws, good decisions, sound process, eyes leading you, eyes being in rhythm with your throwing motion, with your feet. Allen just taking what was available to him. In the underneath, around the line of scrimmage, up to 9 yards, you saw the passing chart, you heard the numbers, and then we saw it here. Allen just continuously peppering that area with the voids in coverage, taking advantage of some busted coverages, some man beater concepts, Brady dialing up some motion and some shifts to give him some answers pre-snap, Allen executing it post-snap. Just a well-coordinated attack from Brady and a well-executed attack from Josh Allen, taking what the Dolphins were giving him in this game and allowing the Bills to profit consistently and regularly, oftentimes with just easy profit. These, again, we went through 13 plays here, but there's more in this game of, play action and Allen checking it down to Cook over the middle for a quick 6 yards or 7 yards. Even if they get tackled right away, it's 6 or 7. If they break a tackle or fall forward, you get another couple extra yards, maybe even a bit more. Was a nice way to, again, take what the Dolphins were giving you, take advantage of the areas that they were leaving voided, exploiting those areas, exploiting some mismatches as well, and take advantage, again, of what the Miami Dolphins gave the Buffalo Bills in this game en route to another Buffalo Bills victory against the Miami Dolphins. That'll do it for us here on this episode of Disguise Coverage. If you enjoy this content, please, and thank you, drop a like on this video here on YouTube. Turn on notifications for the Disguise Coverage playlist here on YouTube. Subscribe to the Cover One channel as a whole. If you're listening to this show on one of the podcasting apps or platforms, please rate and review and subscribe to Disguise Coverage. Also tell your family and friends and loved ones about this show. If you thought it was awesome, if you thought this show was terrible, tell your enemies and try and ruin their day by making them watch this show. Hope you folks enjoyed this. If you had any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to put them into the comments on YouTube or get at me on Twitter at @pro__ant. Tweet at me, DM me, pick your poison, whatever you got. I hope you and your family and friends and loved ones are all doing well and staying safe. Be kind to one another. Take care of one another. I will see you when I see you. Godspeed. And as always, go Bills.